funeral homes have a challenge. We have a very short window of time with families. We meet them in one of the most emotional moments of time. We serve them, and just like that, the service is over. And if we're not careful, the relationship ends there too. But let's think about this. If a relationship takes time to build and we only spend a short amount of time with the families, how do we actually build something meaningful? Most of the focus in our industry is about what happens before the service. Getting the call, making arrangements, serving the family well in that moment. And that matters. But there's something we often overlook. What happens after? Think about this for a moment. After the service is over, the family is still going through something. The reality of loss doesn't end when the funeral ends. In many ways, it's just beginning. And this is where you have an opportunity, not just to serve, but to really care. This is where relationships deepen. Because we're not just helping them to plan a service, we're walking with them through life after loss. And when people feel that, they don't forget. This is where a one-time service becomes a long-lasting relationship. Because the truth is, the greatest opportunity to build a lasting relationship doesn't happen before the funeral, it happens after. Now let's talk about what that actually looks like. Because aftercare is not just about checking in, it's about continuing to serve. First, we can simply thank the family. Not just a generic message, but a sincere thank you for trusting us during one of the most difficult times of your lives. That alone builds connection. Second, we can ask for a review, not just for marketing, but to allow their experience to help other families who are looking for someone or somewhere they can trust. That builds credibility. Third, we can send a simple survey. And this is powerful because instead of assuming what families want, we actually hear from them. What mattered to them? What could have been better? That kind of feedback helps us grow in ways we might not see on our own. And here's something important. Sometimes we think we know what families value most, but when we listen, we realize that there's something more that we can learn. We can also continue to support them in practical ways. We can share helpful guidance, like grief support, next steps, or things they may not even have thought of yet. We can also introduce some meaningful products, not as a sales push, but as solutions. Things that help them to remember, things that help them to honor, and things that help them to heal. And then we can educate, because an educated family is a prepared family. We can talk about pre-planning, insurance, wills and trusts, also legacy planning, not in a way that feels transactional, but in a way that feels helpful. Because the goal is not just to bring them back, but the goal is really to help them long term. And here's the truth. When we do that, we don't just grow a business. We build trust, we build relationships, and we build impact. And that's where the real value is. If you want to learn more about memorial keepsakes and about how they can help families continue honoring their loved one, then watch this next video.